Hello everybody! Welcome to everything you need to know about Storm. Storm is getting buffed for the next patch in Season 1 of Marvel Rivals. I am excited for her. I've been playing her so much. I think I have about like 20 hours on my belt on her, and it's pretty ridiculous what she can do. So I'm going to teach you everything that I know about the character, and hopefully you can see with it whenever you go into your own matches in the future. So let's hop in. I have a lot of people from my chat helping me out. Hello chat, hello everybody. We're going to be jumping into the environment, and I'm going to show you what she can do. But here's some basics really quickly. First off, Storm has an aura around her, and how this aura works... Actually, I gotta draw a picture. Let me draw a picture real quick. Don't forget the butt. Okay, she has a butt back there. Okay, shut up, chat. All right, this is Storm. Storm has an aura around her, and visually in the game, you will see an aura around you like this. Do note that it is a sphere around you. It is an entire circle around you. So whenever you use this buff that is around you, note that it's going to be in that radius. And the only visual indicator that you have is going to be this little line here that is in the game. But do note, if you were looking down, you would see a whole 3D sphere around you. You need to know this when you're playing. Why? Because when you go up, that area will get lower because that's the bottom of the sphere, right? And it will be the same for the top. You don't have a visual indicator up there as well, but whenever you go up, you can tap people up above you, which is a little bit rare, but it is good to know. And then when you're down here as well, the people that are in your area of effect get the ally buffs, and the enemies also get hit as well. So technically, Storm's best spot isn't flying up in the air like a lot of people think for Iron Man. It is in the middle of the field, and you want to hover just a bit. Just enough to get the maximum radius for it. Now, there are going to be scenarios where you need to go up and down to dodge bullets, get yourself in a better position, stroke a shaft that you're around, right? Like, I like to do this when I'm like fighting. It's like sometimes I'll poke here and then I'll go up and I'll poke here. Just like move my head a lot, right? So just be aware of that aura. Once you master what's around you and you understand where the storm could be, you're going to start to be a lot effective for her. So currently we're in tornado mode. That is displayed by the wind moving around you. If you hit shift, it goes into storm mode, thunder mode. This is going to give all of your allies near you, I believe, an 8% buff in damage, and then when you hit your E, you will bring down lightning on your enemies and give your teammates, I believe, 15% more damage. Those numbers are rough. Go look them up yourself. Point is, you hit E, more damage. If you don't have E, you're still giving damage to your teammates. So I like to play around my tanks and allow them to have a little bit more damage, and my healers for when things are diving in the past. Now, you do have the tornado mode. And tornado mode can be good for starting out a match. You can kind of just rush to a point by popping your E, by giving everyone movement speed. So everyone in that radius will be able to move a little bit faster. But also when you pop your E, it will slow people that are in it. So if you have anyone diving in the back line or rushing you down, you can use that to boost your teammates up so they can move and slow down the divers. I prefer the other route of just killing them with lightning, so I'll get by my supports and say, let's kill the diver. This could be an Iron Fist, could be a Black Panther, and you turn a 3-on-1 into a situation that you win really quickly by using electricity. First off, you're getting lightning bolts, and second off, your teammates are doing more damage, right? So that's how that works. Now, there is her left click. It is getting buffed in this next patch. It'll be a little bit faster, but it has a drop-off of 15 meters. So if you're at 15 meters away from your opponent, you're doing about half the damage already. So you do want to be close, and the great thing about this aura is if you're around this area, where your line of effect ends is about your maximum damage range. So if you look at this Luna Snow here, and she's barely out of range, I hit her, but if I go in, do a little bit more damage. Ooh, I might be a little bit off. There you go, seeing it being a little bit lighter here. Just a bit. So you see I'm starting to chip her a little bit, but if I get into the area, doing a little bit more damage, right? It's not amazing, it's not impressive, but if you want to maximize your damage, that's the way to do it. Now you can, of course, do a quick amount of damage fast, and a lot of people complain about Storm not being quick at damage. Your E is everything. Everything in this character is around your E. If I step up and I pop my E, I get a lightning bolt, left click, right click. And that's my burst damage, right? I just did 200 damage to her in less than a second by doing a left click, E-ing, left click, right click. Now your right click is going to be a burst of lightning. This is going to get buffed as well. That's what's so great about that is you saw how low she was earlier. Let's wait for this to pop up. With this buff coming up, both her right click and her left click are getting 15 extra damage between the two, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that 15 damage is going to be just enough to kill these type of characters in the future. You won't need that extra lightning bolt and that extra attack. So that 15 extra damage is actually massive for killing squishies that don't heal themselves. So we're excited for that buff. That's going to be her lightning. That's going to be her left clicks, her right clicks. Oh, left clicks. I wanted to show you guys. So I have some of my viewers in chat. Thank you very much, guys, for showing up. They have a lot of doodads all over the place for us to experiment with. You need to be focusing on things that are not human or not fighting in the matches. Storm excels so well at cleaning up what I call the shit in this game, right? You have Rocket Raccoon spawner. Across the map, man, shoot it. Best part is somebody stands in front of it, your left click pierces. It goes through multiple targets. So that means if someone tries to block it, you're still gonna get the hits and you're gonna build up your ult faster. She is one of the best characters at clearing up PvE environment while also doing damage in PvP. This is actually most noticeable against characters like Penny. Do we have a Penny around here? Let me find this Penny. Okay, so we have Penny here. Ash is currently standing in front of his nest. And this is a common tactic for Penny players. They will stand in front of their nest because if you kill the nest, you kill the entire web area in the mines. Storm doesn't care. She shoots right through it, right? So these situations where they can try and block and protect these elements for them to have better defense, Storm blows right through them. And that's one of the things that a lot of people miss out on, is that piercing damage can be so damn effective. And now I can yell to my team, hey team, move in. There's no nest, there's no landmines. We've cleared them all just by left clicking. So that's one of the things you need to think about, is like, how can I angle my character to hit the best angle to be able to get the pierce, to be able to set my team up for success. Now, of course, here's the best part about this too. Left click, pretty good. If I go into my shift, I have a little bit more damage when I'm doing this, as well as my teammates, right? But I can also, can you put your nest down again one more time? So when the nest goes down, I can also decide, oh, I need to clear this stuff really fast. I can move in and put up my lightning bolts, and my lightning bolts will strike these nests as well, which is awesome. You can use that against a lot of things that are sitting in your way. And it's cool because, like, if I get into a fight and I'm in a one-on-one, right, I could just pop my E and then focus on the PvE part, or PvP part, and let my lightning bolts deal with the PvE. And all of that builds into my ultimate, making Storm really, really strong. And, of course, you have your right click. Okay, next is going to be your Tornado. This Tornado is getting buffed on the next patch, which I think is a great buff, by the way. So the Tornado is simple. You pop your Q, you have a slight wind-up, which you are killable in that wind-up, and you have time to decide where exactly you want to pop your ultimate. And when you do it, you control it with WASD. And you slide around anywhere, clearing things up and sucking in the middle. And it does a decent amount of damage as well. It's a way you kind of clear up the back line. I recommend going for supports, although avoid Little Snow. She's broken and will deny you completely. And what's going to happen on the next patch is they're going to allow for those shields that I build up. Let me show you this here real quick.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
These shields that come with the Storm element, you see how I have a shield on my health bar all the way up to 600? Those are going to stick around after the next buff. So you'll have 600 shields when you come out of that ultimate, if they haven't shot you, that will persist for a good 5 seconds. I believe it's going to have 100 health fall off every 1 second. So you have 5 seconds of extra health, right? You can use that to come out, pop your lightning, and focus down a target because you're going to be a little bit tankier. I think this is a great buff for her, and it's going to make that Storm element feel a little bit better. Now, again, these are things that you need to be looking around. See how we have this ultimate here? You can kill this. You can line up Loki clones. Storm is incredible at killing Loki clones. Let me get my lightning here. Xerx, go ahead and throw down as many clones as you can. And if you want, pop your shift as well when you get it down. Whenever you pop your lightning, it's going to hit every single health bar in the way. But you gotta watch out for that shift there. You gotta make sure you kill those, which you can clear out with your left click. But look how many lightning bolts I'm getting on this. This is 3 targets that I'm hitting, and I'm clearing them out, which means Loki now has less healing, less damage, and less escape options, right? So you want to look for those scenarios. You want to find situations that people excel and remove them from the battlefield. So I have been talking a lot about her abilities, but also don't forget about flying. Flying is so useful. A lot about this game is about line of sight and denying your opponents the ability to see things. So if you see like Groot walls or you see like shields that are in your way, just go up. For me, I have it on spacebar and I have my fly down on C. But say you have a wall in front of you. Actually, let me see if I can get a wall here. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we have some Groot walls here. Typically, you can try and shoot them down, but her auto attack's not that good. Just go up and shoot over them, right? Start stressing out your opponent, and the best part too, lightning. And now that I'm above them in melee, I can dance around them and make them struggle to look at me while my teammates are moving in and getting around walls. Use elevation to your advantage. A lot of people just like, they either want to be all the way up here right? With Iron Man shooting from across the map, and that's a fun playstyle too. But like, think about the amount of pressure you can put on your opponent when you have a lightning strike, literally a ticking bomb on their health bars. They have to make something happen, and a lot of the times, if you fuck with somebody else's game plan and put your own game plan in, they struggle and you come out on top because you are literally exerting your will on them. It's a strategy that you have a lot of offensive scheme games, right? So try to use that to your advantage. Does it shoot through walls? It will not shoot through walls. The walls will block it. Wait. Yeah, the walls do break. Okay, for a second there I was like, wait a minute. It will not pierce shields. It will not pierce walls. Anything that has a large hitbox. Oh! One thing as well. Actually, hang on real quick. Let me get Thor team up. So I have Thor over here on my team. Thor gives you a team-up ability here. You can see it here. It's called the Charge Gale. A lot of people think it's kind of whatever. To me, I think it is phenomenal. One, I started learning a little bit more tech on it. You don't actually have to hit the target to get the chain lightning effect. If you hit B and you see anything that's a destructible wall, if you shoot your chain lightning into that, it actually will absorb the chain lightning and hit to break it down. But if you hit something that is not breakable and you hit the ground, it will chain lightning to the people nearby. And you can use this against walls over here, right? If there's an enemy near a wall, let's see if this is close enough here. We'll get this in about 12 seconds. It's actually going from 15 to 12 seconds in the next patch, which is a great change. You can actually, if someone has a shield, come around the shield and then drop your chain lightning behind them and get a snipe on them, which is great. But the main appeal of it, let's see if I can get this down here. It's a little bit too far. They need to be like where Janor is right there. The main appeal of this chain lightning isn't really the damage, although the damage is fantastic. It's 55, I believe, in the next patch, which is similar to your auto attack. So you can do your auto attack into a chain lightning and get 55 damage on one target. And remember, that does bounce. So it's 55 times 3, and suddenly you're doing, what, 165 damage, just like in the span of a button. The great part about it is it does build your ultimate, right? You see there, I just got 4%. Now, I've hit 5, 6 targets, that's 8%, 9%, and you're trying to build your ultimate as quick as possible, so use that to your advantage. Make sure you're using it. The only poor thing about Storm that you need to focus on is your cooldown management. Learn to use your abilities when they're effective. This team up, 12-second cooldown the next patch. Your E, 15-second cooldown. Your right click, every 3 to 4 seconds, so you can spam that with you whenever you're trying to do damage near you. But overall, that is what Storm can do, and I've got a ton of videos on this channel. Feel free to check them out. You can see them in a real team fight. Comms are also really important. Let your teammates know you want to do. She's all about directing the team forward, which I think really fits that whole mega mutant fantasy that everyone says she's missing. She's really a team player, and she's just trying to set up everyone to do well, and then if she has to, she can use a tornado to fuck everyone up, and it's super fun. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, let me know if you have any other questions about Storm. I have other character guides that I'm working on and getting out every single day in my A to Z series, so check those out as well. And of course, thanks to chat for helping us out, as always. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.